Right now, this morning, fall allergies making you miserable. We'll share an expert's tips on beating those pesky ragweed allergies. And 96 new hospital beds, 6 floors, and countless innovations. Mayo's Dr. Okuno is here to give us a preview of their high-tech new facility.
Plus a cold start up to the north, and we'll talk about that with the potential for frost. And we have near seasonal temperatures with maybe a storm or two popping by. I'll talk about this in our quick cast in just a second.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us for News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Monday, September 23rd. First Monday of fall, right?
Yes.
Yes. How exciting. New season. Is it going to feel like fall? We're finally getting out of the summer
another
temps?
week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to go.
Okay. Summer continues.
Yeah, Greg and I were looking at he was talking to me about the cloud fall colors and, you know, what's going to change.
Yeah, it's going to get beautiful. Yes, can't wait for that.
100%. Can't wait. All right, let's get into your local weather here if we may. All right, so as we go into it here, you're looking at, as I've mentioned, chilly conditions up to the north. We're looking at some patchy fog as well. We have some frost potential up there north of Wausau. And as we get into it, I want to show you what I'm talking about here. You can see right now there's not much in the way of cloud cover here, but you can see some limited clouds really up there. So they're very cold with a nice little brush of wind coming in from Canada. That's pushing in colder air in the area, and that's the potential for a frost advisory. And that will continue until about 8 o'clock this morning. Temperatures, you can see Ladysmith at 37 degrees right now. Over in Wausau, they're 44 degrees, and they've got the advisory right in the next county next to them above. And then Marshfield's a little bit chilly as well, going into Black River Falls. La Crosse is also 46 degrees. Everybody's chilly. In fact, you can even see this is what we are right now in the 24-hour temperature change. We're at least a 1 to at least 14 to 19 degrees cooler. We had some rainfall that kind of slipped through the area, and now we're experiencing the cooler air coming in, as you can see from Canada, bringing in that cooler air right now. Rain totals, well, we had at least 1.05 inches of rainfall for Prairie du Chien over the last 24 hours, and then it started to pick up as it went more to the east. You can see Boscobel getting there as well, and about 3 inches of rainfall to 4 inches getting over into areas near Madison. I have more about your forecast coming up in just a moment. Stick around.
Thank you, Art. We'll see you in a little bit. We are now just 43 days away from Election Day. New CBS News polls show Vice President Kamala Harris gaining a slight edge over former President Donald Trump. CBS News' Naomi Ruckham has more for us on the campaign trail from New York.
Join me on the debate stage.
Vice President Kamala Harris urged former President Donald Trump to debate her again yesterday after she accepted CNN's invitation for a late October debate. But over the weekend, Trump declined.
The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started.
Indeed, early voting began Friday in South Dakota, Virginia, and Minnesota.
I'm voting for all the Democrats, every last one.
I voted this time for Trump.
It comes as new CBS polls show the vice president with a slight edge nationally and in the battleground states. Harris has also made gains with voters who say the economy is a major factor, now just 6 points behind Trump.
I'm going to be giving a speech this week that is really to outline my vision for the economy.
Meanwhile, Trump was asked if he thinks he'll run again in 4 years if he loses in November.
No, I don't. I don't see that at all. I think that hopefully we're going to be successful.
While campaigning in North Carolina over the weekend, Trump made no mention of GOP gubernatorial candidate Mark Robinson, who's come under fire over inflammatory posts he allegedly made on an adult website. The Harris campaign is airing ads in an attempt to link the two in the must-win swing state.
And Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, hits the trail in North Carolina today. Leaders from around the globe are expected to converge in New York City today for the UN General Assembly. More than 130 foreign dignitaries expected to attend this week's assembly. That includes Ukrainian's President Volodymyr Zelensky. President Joe Biden also expected to speak before the General Assembly tomorrow. The potential threat of government shutdown once again looming over the United States after a 6-month funding extension failed to get through the House last week. House Speaker Mike Johnson wants to prevent a shutdown. Yesterday, he released a plan that would fund the government until December 20th. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries issued a statement saying, quote, Congress is now on a bipartisan path to avoid a government shutdown that would hurt everyday Americans. Nearly 1,000 county officials are making their way to La Crosse for the week. The Wisconsin Counties Association Conference brings together local leaders from across the Badger State. High-profile speakers will address the gathering, while 30 educational workshops focus on specific county issues.
You're never too old to learn, and there's always something you can learn at coming to this conference. Plus, you make lasting relationships and friendships.
Governor Tony Evers will be at today's conference speaking. Tomorrow, U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde will be featured in a pre-recorded video. One company is on a mission to help cool down cities. CBS's Leah Mishkin shows us the design currently on display in London.
Searching for air on a hot day in a city can seem like an impossible task as the sun beams from buildings and heat radiates from cars whizzing by.
Especially in those areas of the cities which are affected the most by global warming.
The German-based company Office for Microclimate Cultivation is looking to provide urban dwellers some shade with their vertical designs. This structure in London was a collaborative effort.
We teamed up with experts from all different kinds of fields like science, architecture, design.
It not only cools down passers-by, but also provides a habitat for insects.
Our main goal is to offer a solution with which we can bring back nature into cities really quickly and easily.
The company co-founder says planting in cities is challenging because of space, time, and maintenance. Trees typically take 20 years to grow and their roots require a large surface. But these annual climbing plants grow about 3 feet per week, reaching up to 32 feet tall. They don't require a foundation in the ground, so the setup takes just about a week. And though the plants only last a season, they're harvested in the fall and recycled, then replaced with new plants in the spring.
Depending on the local infrastructure, we can, for example, turn them into compost, energy, or even biochar.
Plus, while it's not their main purpose, the plants also help remove carbon dioxide from the air.
The vertical greening design is not in the United States just yet, but the company does hope to bring them here. Time now is 6:07. Still ahead on your morning news, a report says major social media services conducted vast surveillance of users. Cards Against Humanity suing Elon Musk will tell you why. And 3 Mile Island is expected to reopen in 2028. With football season returning, chicken wing sales are expected to rise. Coming up, some of the latest innovations in chicken tech and tips on how to make the perfect wing. That and more coming up this morning. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning, although those here in the Coulee region still have to wait 1 more week for Oktoberfest. The traditional holiday held in Munich got a strong start over the weekend. Thousands of attendees celebrated being the first to clink their mugs after the city's mayor officially started the event after tapping the golden keg. You see it there, the first keg. It's the golden keg here, right? It's expected that over 6 million visitors will be visiting the city during the 16-day-long holiday and expected to pay upwards of $17 for a 1-liter mug of beer. For now, leaving you with a live look at the New York City skyline. This is where dozens of world leaders are set to converge for the United Nations General Assembly. That'll start in just a few hours. President Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky are among those expected to speak during the week-long event. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The world's largest festival returns the last full weekend in September. The Warrens Cranberry Festival continues to gather foodies and thrill seekers alike with a one-of-a-kind spectacle that can only be found in the last full weekend in September. Visit cranfest.com for more information.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Danielle, General Manager here at the Board Store. In 1989, when I first saw my dad on the TV talking about high quality and low prices, I wasn't quite sure how I felt. But now, 35 years later, with this exceptional showroom, high quality products, knowledgeable staff, and the best installation crews in the area, I couldn't be more proud. And we look forward to continuing to serve all your home improvement needs for many more years to come. Come see us at the Board Store.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Lane's Farm and Fleet's Fall Tool Sale is going on now. Shop our unbeatable selection and prices on great brands to help you tackle fall projects. Like $100 off these DeWalt tool batteries, now just $39. Over half off 50-foot Yellow Jacket extension cords, $32.99. $30 off this 6-gallon Craftsman wet dry vac, only $59.99. And prep your yard with the State Lawn Fertilizer or Late Fall Winterizer, just $24.99.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
We found out our baby had severe fetal abnormalities and that my life was at risk. But Wisconsin Republicans' extreme abortion ban forced us to leave the state to get the care that I needed. It was a nightmare. Eric Hovde pushed to end Roe v. Wade. And in the Senate, Hovde would give Mitch McConnell the majority to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape, incest, or the health of women like me. What is wrong with these guys?
As the mom of a daughter, I'm livid that boys are now being allowed to compete in girls' sports. It's just wrong, and I blame Tammy Baldwin. She voted to let biological men into women's sports. Worse, Baldwin co-sponsored legislation to force girls to share locker rooms with biological men. Tammy Baldwin is failing to keep our families safe. Tammy Baldwin's extreme values are wrong for Wisconsin. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The world's largest festival returns the last full weekend in September. The Warrens Cranberry Festival continues to gather foodies and thrill seekers alike with a one-of-a-kind spectacle that can only be found in the last full weekend in September. Visit cranfest.com for more information.
Chilly morning with frost up to the north now. This is also covering areas right by Ladysmith and, of course, Wausau. We get into your forecast. Near seasonal temperatures expected for today. Then tonight, there are some storms that are coming up to the southern portion of Wisconsin. It could brush our southern areas, possibly. It's a very slim chance that would happen. Probably about 10 to 20% chance of that coming in. Current temperatures right now, Ladysmith at 37 degrees. Yeah, that's cold, and it probably feels a little bit cold on your skin. Other locations are chilly currently right now. 36 in Black River Falls, 35 in Sparta. You're getting over to Vogtfield, you're looking at 36 degrees, and La Crosse is at 46 right now. Currently, we are at least about 14 to 15 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago. Eau Claire holding on to 14 degrees cooler. Wausau 17 degrees cooler. Ladysmith is not showing, but we've got at least Marshfield about 19 degrees cooler. And some areas in Black River Falls down to Sparta are about 25 to 27 degrees cooler than we were just 24 hours ago. There's your freeze warning. There's Ladysmith right there, one county away. We're also seeing Wausau, the same thing, one county away. So be advised about the cold air that's going to linger all the way into the 8 o'clock hour. Patchy to dense fog out there right now. Eau Claire is currently in dense fog. You're seeing patchy fog for Ladysmith. Down to areas right by La Crosse, we're in patchy fog, holding on to dense fog by Vogtfield. That's all going to start to collapse in areas, as you can see. We're already seeing that down in areas by Boscobel as well as Prairie du Chien. Now, as we go into it, the fog tracker shows this also getting out of the way. By the time we get into the 9 o'clock hour, it's going to back off, and of course, it clears out nicely. As far as the tracker is showing, we're looking at Eau Claire going at 46 at 8 a.m. and then getting to the sunshine right about the noon hour as well, 63 degrees. We'll do the same for La Crosse. More sunshine to start your morning and continue about 64 degrees by the noon hour. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, social media giants are under fire for their data collection practices. A new Federal Trade Commission report accuses major platforms of conducting vast surveillance on users. The study looked at 9 companies, including Meta, YouTube, and TikTok. It found these firms harvest personal data to make money, but put your privacy at risk while doing so. The report also warns children and teens are not adequately protected. The FTC is now calling on Congress to pass new privacy laws to address these issues. A party game maker is taking on Elon Musk in court. Cards Against Humanity is suing the SpaceX founder for $15 million. The company claims Musk's employees trespassed and damaged land it owns near the U.S.-Mexico border. The lawsuit alleges SpaceX contractors cleared vegetation and laid gravel for vehicle parking. Cards Against Humanity bought that property in 2017 to block a potential border wall. The site of the worst nuclear disaster in the U.S. is set to reopen and will exclusively sell its power to Microsoft. Constellation Energy said the Unit 1 reactor at 3 Mile Island is expected to be revived in 2028. If the Nuclear Regulatory Commission approves the move, that is, then Microsoft will purchase its carbon-free energy to fuel its artificial intelligence ambitions. Financial terms of the agreement have not been disclosed. Football is back in full swing, and for millions of fans, that means feasting on chicken wings. We had some yesterday. Nancy Chen got rare access to the test kitchen at one of the nation's largest chicken producers to see some of the latest innovations. She also has some tips to make the perfect wing.
It's football season, and no matter who's facing off on the turf, your tailgate can always come out on top. While average grocery store prices for both beef and pork have risen over the past 2 years, the cost of chicken wings is actually down 6.5%.
Americans will eat 32.5 billion chicken wing segments this year. That's billion with a B.
To learn how the traditional favorite is still breaking new ground, we traveled to Northwest Arkansas to visit one of the largest chicken producers in the world. This is the Discovery Center at Tyson Foods Global Headquarters. Food scientist Valerie Gonzalez gave us a tour of some of their 19 test kitchens.
Was the wing always this popular? The wing used to be a byproduct, almost even a throwaway part. But today, it's really grown to be just as an important piece of the chicken as is the breast meat.
To learn the best ways to make them, we met up with head chef Thomas Winrick.
How much innovation is there left in the world of chicken wings?
Well, the beautiful thing about chicken wings, right, is it's such a canvas for flavors from all around the world. So I think the possibilities of how we add flavor to wings is endless.
While the buffalo wing popularized the dish 60 years ago, Winrick says using international combinations like curry and yogurt are the newest trend. He calls air fryers a major game changer.
That convection air of an air fryer allows things to get a lot crispier and more like the experience you expect at a restaurant.
He also recommends prepping wings ahead of time and adding the sauce only after you get to the game to keep everything extra crispy.
At your tailgate, you can heat them back up on the grill, get some of that char flavor and warm them back up.
Some tips so every tailgate is a touchdown this football season.
That's delicious.
The chef says another way to keep wings crispy is using oil-based sauces like chili oil instead of water-based ones like barbecue, which could make your wings soggy. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:17. Let's check in with Art for a look at our forecast.
All right, and away we go, showing your local temperatures here. We'll get up with the school bus forecast for La Crosse, and you're looking at conditions like this. 64 degrees possible as we get to 7 a.m., and then eventually 71 degrees by the 3 o'clock hour. So the kiddos, make sure you're carrying a jacket just in case as you're going to the bus stop today. It's a little bit chilly out there right now this morning. We'll get out to again for the forecast to get into 7 o'clock. You're seeing temperatures around, say, 46, 47 degrees as I mentioned. Clearing skies. Actually, you'll see a few clouds kind of sneak in once the sun comes up. Going into the mid-morning hours, you're holding on, and late morning hours, you're holding on to a few more clouds really starting to increase going into the noon hour and continuing on right in the middle portion of your afternoon and beyond to partly cloudy skies. We'll increase the clouds once we get into the overnight hours to mostly cloudy. And then these clouds will start to bug out, start to move out of the way. We'll decrease the clouds just a little bit. You've got some breaks in that field. Then eventually another line comes in from the west carrying over some light moisture, possibly kind of barreling down and then turning into thunderstorm activity down to the south, working south of Wisconsin, then going right back up to Madison and then toward Chicago. And that could brush our areas by Prairie du Chien as well as getting into Decorah as well. Highs today 67 to at least 70 degrees, possibly up to 72 for our high in La Crosse. As you can see, we are dry and seasonal as we finish out the daytime, but nighttime nighttime, as I told you, could change on us. 70 degrees as you get into Medora, and then we'll hold on to areas right by Shelby, holding on to 72 degrees. Everybody's going to be holding on to at least the upper 60s to around the 70s there, possibly today. You'll see that as you go in the south zone. You're looking at Prairie du Chien, possibly about partly cloudy skies to finish out your day, with a few extra clouds getting into areas over to the east there just a tad bit. You'll see the central zone holding on to very comfortable conditions. La Crosse, 72 to 71 degrees for your high today. Up in areas as we go northward, you're looking at conditions to be like this, holding on to Eau Claire, just about 69 degrees. And Ladysmith, who started out pretty chilly, will still grab up to about 67 degrees for it. That being said, over the next few days, Tuesday, Wednesday, going into Thursday, temperatures, well, 73 degrees. We're still near seasonal. Then they bump up to the mild. We get into the mild for Wednesday, going into Thursday, and pretty much finishing out your week. Here's a look at the clouds starting to develop, going to continue to push in the area. You can see that cloud cover. We have some fog right now going into the morning, and it's pretty much covered over the river and continuing on. So please be careful this early morning. That being said, you go right back into Tuesday. There's that rainfall that's brushing down to the south. Storm activity is going to hit Chicago and get out of the way. Then eventually, as we go right into at least Wednesday, we have clearing skies, dry conditions out there. Not too shabby at all, right? Then we pick up some winds coming out of not only the east, but also out of the southwest, and that continues on to bring in some drier conditions until we start to see this brush us as we get into Saturday, possibly Sunday, with the potential for a little bit of rainfall. Right now, we're all about 20% chance for Friday all the way to Sunday, but I suspect that will increase as we go through the next few days. There's the sky tracker, as I told you, again, going into the next few days, and then I'm going to grab you right back over to your 8-day forecast, and away we go, holding on to temperatures like this today. You'll see potentially getting into at least, say, about the low 70s, and then continue on as I just showed you, and eventually that's going to continue on. I've already cut that out, so we'll leave it here for you, and right back to you, my friend.
Thank you, Art. The time now is 6:20. Still ahead on your morning news. Sneezing, itchy eyes, and congestion got you down? We'll share an expert's tips on beating those pesky ragweed fall allergies, plus why this year's weather could mean double trouble if you are an allergy sufferer.
Coming up in the Blitz, the Packers looking to pick up another win without Jordan Love under center, and the Vikings aiming to stay unbeaten against the Texans. We're back shortly.
The National Home Furnishing Sale has come to home furniture with recession buster deals store-wide. Get up to an extra 15% savings from all of our best furniture factories. Hurry in, factory direct savings won't last long. The National Home Furnishing Sale right now at Home Furniture.
This ad is a complete lie. The truth is, Tammy Baldwin's never shared inside information with her partner. And Tammy Baldwin's leading the fight to ban senators from purchasing any individual stocks. It's Eric Hovde, who owns a $3 billion California bank. And Hovde's bank takes millions from unknown foreign interests, meaning we'd have no idea who Eric Hovde would really be working for. Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 Denali models. That's over $6,400 in average finance savings.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Tammy Baldwin on transparency.
I don't think there should be two sets of rules, one for the wealthy and one for the rest of us.
12 years later, Baldwin pushed for conflict of interest regulations, but exempted herself. And Baldwin won't disclose any shared assets she has with her partner. despite the potential for conflict of interest. Tell Tammy Baldwin, we deserve the truth. Wisconsin Principles is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's the National Mattress Sale at Home Sleep Express. Get an extra 15% off sale prices on all Luxuria and Thomas Cole mattresses. This Jewel Plush Queen is $679, and this Aurora Queen Hybrid is $849. Only at Home Sleep Express.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, we're to week number 3 of the NFL season. We'll begin with the Packers, who were in the country music capital of the world yesterday, hoping to leave town singing a winning tune. No Jordan Love again, so Malik Willis faces the team that traded him to Green Bay, and it was a great start for yesterday's starter and company. He leads an impressive first drive and caps it off with a 5-yard rush to make it 7-0 Pack. And late first quarter, Titans beginning a drive, but on the pass to the outside, Jair Alexander jumps the route, and he will high step his way into the end zone for his first career pick 6 to make it 17-7. Offense then looking to add a little cushion to their lead. It's a great play called by Matt LaFleur right here, as the screen to Emmanuel Wilson will go for 6. That's his first career touchdown, and that makes it 27-7. There was plenty of scoring for the Packer defense as they were sensational. 8 sacks in the game and 2 more interceptions, which matches their total from all of last year in just 3 games. Here's a happy Matt LaFleur and Malik Willis after the game on the defensive performance.
I thought just the way we were flying around, getting after the quarterback, putting pressure on him, hitting him, that's tough on a quarterback. And, you know, we got guys in the back end that have great ball skills, and I think that was pretty evident.
8 sacks, right? Oh my goodness, that was super. I mean, they won the game for us. If we want to say that, them guys did great. Everybody deserved a game ball. I'll pay how much money out of my pocket to everybody. They keep doing that. I add to their salaries. Oh my goodness. Hey, that was amazing. But it was good to see, and those guys work hard all week, and you just love to see it come to fruition out there on the field.
And in Minnesota, a battle of the unbeatens. Vikings and Texans doing battle really early in this one. Minnesota's defense makes a big play. Kamu Grugier-Hill, the former Texan, gets the pick, setting up his offense in great position, and they would cash in. 3rd down, Sam Darnold surveying the field, has time, rolls to his left, finding Justin Jefferson in the end zone as Minnesota strikes first. More gritting for the star wideout. Same score later in the quarter, and on 3rd down again, it's Darnold staying calm in the pocket, hitting Aaron Jones across the middle, and he is in for the score to make it 14-0. Just a complete performance yesterday by the Vikings. Darnold hits Johnny Munt for another touchdown in the 4th quarter. Minnesota might be the surprise of the season so far as they win big over Houston. So it's a big one next week. Green Bay and Minnesota scheduled to face off at noon at Lambeau. Is it Sunday yet? That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend, Toyota Trucks.
Lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $319 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
It can be back-breaking work all day, every day, pretty much on your feet. So it burns me up when Eric Hovde says people in Wisconsin don't work hard. The guy is a multi-millionaire California banker. He has absolutely no idea what we're going through. He's living the high life out there in a big fancy house. He even brags about being in the 1%. Listen, don't come here and tell us we're not working hard when we are just getting by. Eric Hovde doesn't respect us at all. The guy's a straight-up jerk. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
For over 5 decades, Jim's Truck and Trailer in Winona has been your solution for everything transportation related. In 1971, my dad Jim recognized truckers and families needed a reliable partner who will have their vehicle road ready. Still family owned and operated, our mission has never wavered. Whether your ride is a truck and trailer, auto transportator, charter bus, or RV, Jim's Truck and Trailer's fleet of ASC certified technicians can handle any issue or upgrade. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
While families struggle to pay bills,
Harris and the Democrats are wasting our tax dollars on their extreme liberal agenda, giving government checks to illegal immigrants, funding a Madison clinic where minors get transgender therapy without parents' consent, pushing high schools to allow boys to compete in girls' sports. Senator Baldwin fights for this madness. Tammy Baldwin, radical, extreme, and wrong.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
When I walked into these old buildings 35 years ago, I never imagined it would look like this. I never imagined we'd serve 12,000 homeowners. I never imagined I'd celebrate my 80th birthday here, and I never imagined that my then 10-year-old daughter would become the new general manager. But here we are, solid as a rock, carrying on a tradition of exceptional quality and service.
Celebrate our 35 years with your savings on new windows and doors, bathroom or kitchen, siding, sunroom or deck.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Lease a rugged new 2024 Tacoma for $479 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back in your morning medical news. If your child is a picky eater, a new study is finding genetics could be to blame. Researchers looked at more than 2,000 pairs of twins in the United Kingdom. They found fraternal twins were much less similar when it came to picky eating than identical twins. The study authors say this indicates genetics have a large influence on a child's reluctance to try new foods. Allergy season is upon us. This season is expected to be a doozy. 1 in 4 people deal with seasonal allergies every year. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield has more on what you can do to get some relief.
Even though things look ideal this time of year, things can feel uncomfortable.
Well, some sneezing, watery eyes, itchy eyes.
Runny, stuffy nose, watery eye, neck itching a little bit.
The feeling of congestion.
Fall allergy, we have ragweed.
Dr. Pramod Kelkar says weeds are in full bloom.
We have a lot of patients with ragweed allergy causing stuffy nose, runny nose, sneezing, itchy eyes, watery eyes, red eyes. Even asthma can happen.
He says the summer weather is yielding some fall consequences. And we know we had a lot of rain.
Yes.
Could that mean more intense allergies?
Yes, because then you have a double trouble. You have ragweed plus mold.
He says this year, raking will be extra irritating.
So some people, what they do, they will take antihistamine like over-the-counter Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra before they mow their lawn or rake the leaves. They might wear a mask. And most important, they can take a shower right after the gardening and all the work in the garden.
Can you kind of get ahead of allergies?
If you want to prevent allergies, best thing you can do is use the sinus rinse neti pot every day. Shower every evening, because that way you can wash away all the allergens.
Those are a few ways to stay healthier on the inside so you can stay outside. You don't let allergies keep you inside, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Nope.
Doctors say if over-the-counter meds don't work, see your healthcare provider. If that doesn't work, see a specialist, an allergist, as you could be a candidate for treatment like allergy shots. This weekend, La Crosse residents took a powerful stride against Alzheimer's disease as hundreds flooded Riverside Park for the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's event. Participants trekked a 1.25-mile loop through downtown, each step raising crucial funds and awareness. Organizers say every dollar raised will support the Alzheimer's Association's vital care and research initiatives.
Showing support for the families and caregivers, because oftentimes this is a terrifying disease and they battle it alone and in the dark. And this day is a day that they realize that they're not fighting alone.
325 people participated in the walk. NASA astronaut Tracy C. Dyson and cosmonauts Nikolai Chubb and Oleg Kononenko will depart the International Space Station today and head home. The Soyuz spacecraft disembarked overnight. It'll land off the coast of Kazakhstan this morning. Dyson spent 84 days in space on her 4th flight. She'll be taken to Houston after being cleared for landing. This weekend, La Crosse County's Hmong community ushered in their new year with vibrant traditions at Veterans Memorial State Park. The celebration, the largest annual event for the local Hmong community, is a time to give thanks and honor ancestral roots. Attendees enjoyed traditional food, music, and dancing. A highlight of the event was a dance competition, serving as a unique way to pass Hmong culture on to younger generations.
Especially for young girls and young boys that doesn't know much about the Hmong culture, it's slowly getting left behind. And so I think that dancing really, or Hmong dancing really pushes them to learn more about their culture and just to remind them where we come from,
Volleyball, soccer, and cornhole tournaments were all included in the celebration. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers gave the public a chance to understand how the lock and dam systems work. The Corps of Engineers hosted its annual open house at Lock and Dam 7 in La Crescent. That event aimed to educate the community on water safety and the Corps' dam program. Lock and Dam 7 plays a crucial role in ensuring safe navigation on the Mississippi River for waterborne transportation.
They always ask how the lock works, and then we kind of tell them how it really works, and they're kind of surprised because the technology hasn't really changed. Attendees also had the chance to see how boats are used on the river, learn about the importance of life jackets, and participate in water safety activities. La Crosse has crowned its new ambassador for Oktoberfest. Kate Dunham will don the crown as 2024's Mrs. Oktoberfest. The Mayo Clinic Health System employee brings a wealth of community involvement to her new role. From Rotary Club to church activities, her local ties run deep.
I love how Oktoberfest is such a celebration. It is a very special feeling one time of year. It brings together families and friends from both near and far. And it's an opportunity for people to volunteer and to just celebrate our community.
This year's theme is Share Your Gifts. The 2024 Oktoberfest medallion has been found. Oktoberfest USA announcing yesterday. Willie Bittner and Carrie Pischke found the medallion in the Eagle Watch area Saturday. The couple now taking home a $500 cash prize and a medallion replica. La Crescent's Applefest wrapped up this weekend with its crowning jewel, the King Apple Parade. The parade marked the grand finale of the festival, drawing crowds as one of the most anticipated events. The family-friendly spectacle continues to be a multi-generational tradition, bringing together communities from across the region.
What I really enjoy about the parade, of course, are the different generations of people coming together, but also joining citizens of La Crescent from many other communities like the one I come from too.
Live music. Oh, look, there's our live truck. Live music and fun tents were offered after the parade at the King Apple tent. Now, the time is 6:37. Here's News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect for a morning commute. Art, I think you were at that parade, weren't you?
I didn't see you in the video. I'm still trying to figure out if it was Halloween or the Apple Fest. Man, that was fun out there. Oh, those kids had a blast. Hey, we get into it. Look at all that fog that's out there right now, my friend. Oh, my goodness, that's a lot of dense fog. So please be careful, especially when you're near the river valleys. Chilly morning, frost up north as well. That's getting to be a bit dicey as well. Near seasonal highs today, just around the low 70s. And then tonight, storms around the southern portion of Wisconsin to the southeast and then possibly to our southwest as well. That being said, 39 degrees right now in Ladysmith. They have 100% humidity right now. The dew points and the temperatures are just the same. So they've got the frost that's really starting to develop there. We're also seeing possibly for Black River Falls, 35 degrees down in Sparta. It's pretty chilly as well, getting into areas right by La Crosse as well. We're at 46 degrees. You can imagine what 35 degrees is like. So it is chilly out there. Please be careful, especially taking the kiddos to school today or dropping them off at the bus stop. You're going to need that jacket for them. 24-hour temperature change. We're at least 15 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago. 27 degrees cooler over in Sparta, and over in Eau Claire, they're 15 degrees cooler. Take a look at the frost that's out there right now. You can see that continuing on, and that'll go till at least 8 o'clock in the morning for you. That being said, I want you to take a gander at the low visibility as well, where we have patchy to dense fog out there. Very much.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Betty's turning 88. She enjoys staying active in the church and spending time with her husband, her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
Happy birthday, Betty. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, a state-of-the-art family birth center is part of Mayo's new hospital. Find out what new moms can expect and much more when we speak with Dr. Scott Okuno after the break.
It can be back-breaking work all day, every day, pretty much on your feet. So it burns me up when Eric Hubby says people in Wisconsin don't work hard. The guy is a multi-millionaire California banker. He has absolutely no idea what we're going through. He's living the high life out there in a big fancy house. He even brags about being in the 1%. Listen, don't come here and tell us we're not working hard when we are just getting by. Eric Hovde doesn't respect us at all. The guy's a straight-up jerk. ESCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
This election is about two very different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, and the other focused on the past. When the middle class is strong, America is strong. Lowering the cost of living will be a defining goal of my presidency. I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone, and I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food. More than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut. We will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. Together, we will build an economy where everyone can compete and have a real chance to succeed. Now is the time to chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
While families struggle to pay bills, Harris and the Democrats are wasting our tax dollars on their extreme liberal agenda, giving government checks to illegal immigrants, funding a Madison clinic where minors get transgender therapy without parents' consent, pushing high schools to allow boys to compete in girls' sports. Senator Baldwin fights for this madness. Tammy Baldwin, radical, extreme, and wrong.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
All right, going out to Eau Claire, you're looking at conditions to be like this, 43 degrees. We're going to lose the cloud cover, get into at least some sunshine to finish out your day at 67. Then the cloud cover is coming back. You're going to see it behind you. You're going to get into partly to mostly cloudy skies to finish your evening, and going into the overnight hours, possibly you'll have some clouds coming your way. La Crosse, you're looking at sunshine, then you're getting into partly cloudy skies. You too will get into the cloud cover later on. Sky Tracker is showing you right now we're holding on to temperatures, say in Winona 44 degrees, up in Eau Claire 42. And once we get into La Crosse, you're looking at 47 degrees, and up to the north is much colder. You're looking at 30s there, and of course, the potential for frost. You get into it, clearing skies out there right now, so that means all that colder air from Canada is starting to move in and sticking down on you, and that's going to stay with you for the better part of the morning, going into the late morning hours. In fact, you'll hold on to clouds coming in, as I mentioned before, as you can see, getting into mostly cloudy skies, becoming partly cloudy again, with rainfall coming out of the west. That rainfall will slip in as we go right into the overnight hours to the early morning by sunrise, and then eventually try to get down to Decorah Aurora, possibly to Prairie du Chien, but it kind of dives down on us and it ducks down around portions of Wisconsin down to the south, and that means we may brush with a slim chance of a rainfall shower or two possibly, but most of that is going to turn into storm activity and head right for Madison and Chicago. We'll get into it. Partly cloudy skies with temperatures widespread in the 60s with some maybe some low 70s in there as well. You get into your forecast for your zones and you're looking at conditions to be like this, mostly 70s with some 60s in there as well as upper 60s. We'll go up to the central zone. You're holding on to La Crosse, about 72 degrees all the way up to Arcadia, about 69. You'll see 68 as you get into Alma Center. That being said, we take it up to the north zone. Eau Claire, 69 degrees for you possibly as we finish out the day, getting into Ladysmith at 67. It's pretty weird that Ladysmith can catch up to areas by Eau Claire that fast in the day. Hey, cool conditions will ensue as we go through the next couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, and then we warm it up as high pressure begins to build again. Warmer air coming in from the Great Basin as well. That'll warm us up into upper 70s, and that will continue all the way through Friday. Then once we get into Saturday and Sunday, we begin to cool it on down just a little bit. You're looking at 77 to 75 degrees, and then we'll get into at least 74 degrees to finish out most of your forecast. And that's a look at what's happening. We'll get into warmer conditions possibly again next week with rainfall on the way.
Well, tomorrow is the big day at Mayo Clinic Health System. Patients will fully move into the new 6-level, that is, 96-bed, $215 million hospital. And we are joined this morning by Dr. Scott Okuno, oncologist at Mayo, to tell us more about the transition. Good morning, Dr. Okuno.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. So yeah, just tell us, how have preparations been going and a little bit of what's been involved in that.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to share. The planning has been going on for several months,
yes,
as you might imagine. And right now, the excitement is making sure that we're familiar with the facilities and the equipment is working,
yeah,
and all the plans to move our patients from our existing hospital to new hospitals in the process.
Okay, yeah, an exciting time for sure.
Let me just tell you, that building is beautiful, by the way, so congratulations on that.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like in the next 48 hours or so?
Well, the next 48 hours is to ensure that our staff would feel very comfortable of the new equipment that's there, the new facilities, and then ensuring that our patients that are in the present hospital, even though it's just across the street, is going to take a lot of effort to make sure they are transferred safely.
Is it okay to ask, are you actually using like faux patients to pretend that
well, we are working through all the scenarios to make sure that when patients do get there, that they are very comfortable at using the new equipment in the new building.
Excellent.
All right, and so we've done some coverage on this. We've been inside. We've given some sneak peeks to the community, but for people who haven't seen that or people who haven't been, what should patients expect?
I think the patients will expect a very warm, welcoming environment. It's a very friendly environment, and the views are outstanding. It's very calming when you're there, and you can see a more modern facility. In fact, this is the most brand new hospital, and most places don't build new hospitals, they build onto it. So we built from scratch here.
Yeah, we're seeing some video now. Everything, yeah, brand new, looking beautiful for sure.
Is there anything new about the hospital that patients and the community may want to know?
Well, I think the community should be very helpful that we do have modern brand new radiology techniques as well. We have a 6-ring PET scan that allows patients to get scanned in much quicker with less radiation exposure as well. And then in addition, we do have the 6th floor birthing center there that allows women and their significant others there to deliver babies and have babies cared for in the same room.
Yeah, okay, so the birthing center is 6 floors.
The 6th floor, the top floor,
it's on the top.
is on the top floor, and it's great views up there as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's a huge asset, of course, for a community to have a new birthing center, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a very it's a safe environment up there. It's locked because we got to make sure that babies are safe in that area there, but it also has the ability of all the birthing moms to deliver in the same area and have the infant with them as well.
Wow.
Great, yeah, very important.
That is impressive. All right, I don't have anything to say. So can I go visit?
Well, we're presently occupying and using some of the facilities right now. Our radiology has been up and running, but tomorrow is the first time that it's actually going to be transferring over our patients. So
yeah.
we're really excited.
Do you have new doctors as well?
The physicians that we have right now are the same physicians that are in the present facility.
All right.
All right, great. So, all right, anything else? We have about 30 seconds left. Anything else patients should know before the big day tomorrow, or anything else you want to say about how the process has been going?
We're very happy with the community and their support of this, as well as our benefactors and the vision of the community to make sure that Mayo Clinic does provide care in a modern sense, and we're very happy about our new building and facility.
Yeah, all right, a true asset for our community. Thank you so much, Dr. Okuno, for being
Appreciate
here.
it.
Yeah, wish you success, yes.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
He told us who he was.
Should abortion be punished? There has to be some form of punishment.
Then he showed us.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Now Donald Trump wants to go further with plans to restrict birth control, ban abortion nationwide, even monitor women's pregnancies. We know who Donald Trump is. He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
No doubt about that. We got your back.
Tammy Baldwin on transparency.
I don't think there should be two sets of rules, one for the wealthy and one for the rest of us.
12 years later, Baldwin pushed for conflict of interest regulations, but exempted herself. And Baldwin won't disclose any shared assets she has with her partner, despite the potential for conflict of interest. Tell Tammy Baldwin, we deserve the truth. Wisconsin Principles is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Are you worried that your RV may have a leak? Here at Jim's Truck and Trailer, we can detect leaks before the real damage happens. Once water gets into the walls of your RV, major damage can happen just a short time away. We can find the smallest of leaks anywhere on the outside of your RV and get them repaired before they turn into a disaster. Water damage is serious business, and a lot of times it's not covered by insurance. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks is the area's only provider of this type of detection system. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for your morning news now. The latest CBS News poll indicates the presidential race is still tight. According to the poll, Vice President Kamala Harris now up 4 points nationally over former President Trump. Over the weekend, the vice president accepted an invitation for a second debate, while Trump said it's too late because early voting has already started. Also on Sunday, congressional leaders announced an agreement on a short-term spending bill that would fund federal agencies for about 3 months. The deal is aimed at averting a possible partial government shutdown when the new budget year starts next month. Also happening today, leaders from around the globe are expected to converge in New York City for the UN General Assembly. Over 130 foreign dignitaries expected to attend, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. President Joe Biden expected to speak tomorrow. This weekend, La Crosse residents took a powerful stride against Alzheimer's disease as hundreds flooded Riverside Park for the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's. Participants trekked a 1.25-mile loop through downtown, each step raising crucial funds and awareness. Organizers say every dollar raised will support the Alzheimer's Association's vital care and research.
showing support for the families and caregivers, because oftentimes this is a terrifying disease and they battle it alone and in the dark. And this day is a day that they realize that they're not fighting alone.
More than 300 people participated in the walk. Nearly 1,000 county officials are making their way to La Crosse. The Wisconsin Counties Association Conference brings together local leaders from across the state. High-profile speakers will address the gathering, while 30 educational workshops focus on specific county issues.
You're never too old to learn, and there's always something you can learn and coming to this conference. Plus, you make lasting relationships and friendships.
Tony Evers will be at today's conference. Tomorrow, U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hubsey will be featured in a pre-recorded video. The Freedom Honor Flight is showing appreciation to local veterans. Veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam flew to D.C. this weekend to visit their war memorials. Upon return, UWL's Screaming Eagles marching band welcomed them home, something the band director says connects students with living history.
For our students, to bridge the gap and give them a taste of history as much as we can through this event and help them to better relate to some of our history that happened long before they were born. So I think it's just important to give them that connection.
On the flight, there was 1 World War II veteran, 7 Korean War vets, and 92 from the Vietnam War. La Crosse has crowned its new ambassador for Oktoberfest. Kate Dunham will don the crown as 2024's Mrs. Oktoberfest. The Mayo Clinic employee brings a wealth of community involvement to her new role. From Rotary Club to church, Dunham's local ties run deep.
I love how Oktoberfest is such a celebration. It is a very special feeling one time of year. It brings together families and friends from both near and far. And it's an opportunity for people to volunteer and to just celebrate our community.
This year's theme is Share Your Gifts. The 2024 Oktoberfest medallion has been found. Oktoberfest USA announcing that Willie Bittner and Carrie Pischke are the lucky ones who found it in the Eagle Watch area Saturday. The couple takes home a $500 cash prize and a medallion replica, and kudos to them for being able to figure out what the heck we were talking about.
I know, right? I'm gonna admit, how do you read those?
I know you
right
are,
here.
Art. There's always next year.
As we get into it here, we're looking at patchy to dense fog out there. Despite high pressure building, you have to be careful. We're gonna have some temperatures still getting to near seasonal averages right now. In fact, we'll see temperatures get up to about 72 degrees today here locally. 73 for tomorrow, then we warming on up as we go into midweek as high pressure continues to build. Rainfall chances right now are about 20% going into the weekend, but they may increase.
Now own a piece of Friends history as the show marks its 30th anniversary. More than 100 iconic items from the beloved sitcom hit the auction block today. Highlights include the Central Perk couch, the coffee shop sign, and signature costumes worn by the main characters. Bidding is already fierce for these one-of-a-kind memorabilia, as you can imagine. Yeah, I wonder how much that stuff is going for.
I know, right?
They did do like a pop-up shop in Chicago that I went to. I think I saw some of that stuff, but didn't bid on it. You know?
didn't tell me about that?
Well, it was before we even knew each other.
Was it though? You know, come on.
I know. I'm telling you now, though. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.